to tell you. He said in the different seasons and these nights of fire. I was looking at a card while I was studying this. He said that there was different seasons, different times. They came together for a festival, for a great holy day. And see, the blind man got stuck on the fact that somebody got in before he did. And with nobody to put him in. But I'm trying to tell you that the questions are going to come. See, if you keep on reading, he never did get in the pool. Why did he get in the pool? The angel came down. They said every year the angel come down and trouble the water. But Jesus came. What no need? What he thought he needed to be made whole. It wasn't about the Pope. What he needed was right there. He said, will thou be made whole? I come to tell you, will thou be made whole? These 12 days, you get your answer. I was reading today, and I looked on the side and I seen a little card saying, see the degrees. I come to tell you tonight, see the degrees. Jesus is here. Jesus is here. We don't took the word of God so lightly to where in us it has no weight. Because it seemed that God had failed us. But I tell you, ain't no failing in God. Only thing that fails you is your faith. But you know how it's going to be. But God has come. It ain't how we think we're going to be all right. All you got to do is, he told me to take up the bed. You don't wait 38 years, all you had to do was take up your bed. All you had to do was believe. See, when you look at the impotent one, blind man, we got you so blind. The cares of the world got us so blind to where we can't see our God. All we see is what people telling us what we can't have. All we see is everybody telling us no. But as you get in God and you know his ways and the will he has for you, that's my daddy. That's my father. I wish you well. That you may prosper and be in health, even as your soul. So why are you on the porch? Why are you on the porch? Why are you depressed, blind man? Why are you not living, blind man? I'm telling the enemy is so busy. He's so crooked. You don't even know he's plotting and planning. And you think you're doing this great work in you. Sometimes you feel like you know more than your leader. All right. Sometimes you feel like you can do a little bit better. Then you got to sit down. And then sometimes the leader don't sit you down. You sit your own self down. God don't sit you down. Because you ain't coming with no mighty revelation no more. Because you wrong. You out of line. He can't use you. He said, he began to tell me, he said to the ministry, he said the ones that think you above your leaders. He said you watch out for that enemy. To try to think that you know more than they know. He said, if you did, he said, I would have called you to the word. I would have gave you that. If I mean for you to know more than them, I would have gave it to you. He said, but sometimes even with your great self, you got to humble yourself. required. I asked my apostle, I said, why so many people trying to be so great in this time? He said, power for what?
For what?
You want power for what?
For what?
He said, what made them so great? Because they humbled themselves. In order, he said, humble thyself before the mighty hand of God, and he will exalt you in due time. Cripple man, while you're still down. He said, not only a great man, a great leader, got to know how to be humble. I call you to the head of what? You the head over what? To beat upon the people. To abuse your authority. He said, I can't use you. He told me, he said, Monica, you being assistant pastor. He said, yeah, you got people looking at you. He said, but you got to treat them people right.
That's right. That's right.
You got to do right by them people. He said, that's that way I'm calling you to. It's all right to be on the porch when you're learning. It's all right to sit down and learn and grow from God. So when it's time to get back up,
That's it.
I'm going. But he began to show me a shepherd. And a shepherd has a great work. And I was looking at it and I seen one of the TV advances and I said, oh, that's what he's showing me. And then someone I read said it was a bad shepherd. I said, no, that's a good shepherd. He said a shepherd's job to keep the sheep in line. He said, you don't think your leader's just going to pancake up you all the time. Yeah, they're going to show you love, but even though my mama loved me sometimes, I thought she didn't love me because she told me no. Some of your answers going to be no from your leaders. And you're going to have to be able to take it. Great man and woman of God. You're going to have to be able to take it. And he began to show me as the shepherd. He said some of the sheep, when the sheep went on, when they want to do their own thing, when they want to do what they want to do, they said the shepherd had to break the lead. They had to break the lead. Because they were one. He said, but as they were healing, they kept them close to the ship. And some of you really trying to realize why the pastor got me so close and the pastor won't leave me alone. Because the pastor trying to make it. He said, some of you don't want to be made, but he said, in this hour, if you're going to do what God called you to do, you're going to have to be made. It's going to take somebody to make it. It's going to take, it ain't going to feel good all the time to be made. You ain't going to like it all the time. But at the end, when it's time to stand up and do the work of God, you and they will be made whole. I'm almost there. My marriage, our marriages will be made whole this year. Our marriages will be made whole this year. Y'all are paralyzed. We say paralyzed, they say we be doing good. We be running well. And every time that monitoring demon come out, because he know what's going to give us. He know what's going to keep us paralyzed. And he'll come right back to stop us. Because he know we are mighty force when we're together. Probably when you were teaching the other day when you say to my husband, ain't nothing like my prayers to my man of God. My prayers to him is much powerful. Even than my pastor's prayer. Because we are one. His prayers is more powerful because when I want to not come to church and do what's required of me, I think of that dark place I was. I don't want to go back to that place. Because God's presence changed me. No. Go ahead and play it right quick. It's time. It's time to say that. It's time to say it in me. That you'll be that light to somebody else. Someone's been in this a long time, and it's time for us to be the example.